ॐ नमो नारायणाय
Hari Om and Namaste to everyone who's there with all of us on this session of Live in Joy and Not for Joy. Let us start today's session with once more reminding us that this session is not just a lecture, but this session is a sharing of that experience which is because of the right knowledge, which is because of the right knowledge. And therefore, if it is helpful for few, it can definitely helpful to the majority of people. Therefore, let us understand, appreciate, and put it in life. If you feel yes, it works, then accept it. Otherwise, your choice. Okay. Now, as I said, live in joy is an art. Live in joy is an art. And every art, even though we have a skill, but we have to put right efforts. When we put right efforts, we gain the mastery over our skill. And that's how we learn the art and master the art. Therefore, this live in joy is also a great art. And though we all have capacity to be joyful, but it is seen that people are not joyful when difficult situation comes in life. Therefore, these principles of life, which can make a great difference even in the difficult situation, you or anyone can be in joy. How? Let us today see. Principle is giving you grow. I said giving you grow. Now let me explain this to everyone. Giving you grow. What exactly I mean about it? See how we give. We give something to someone out of our possessions. I repeat, we give generally something to someone out of our possession. Example, like you have some money with you and you give some money to someone, and that's how you are giving from your own possession like an object. Money is also an object. From your possession, you are giving something to someone. This is one way of giving. Now, the next important point. You give from yourself something to someone. You give something yourself that is completely yours, and it's not an object, it's not in possession, it is completely you, your inner things. Okay, what do I mean? Really think about it. I mean, see, when you give time to someone, example, if your grandma or grandpa, or if your mother or father calls you, and even if you are busy, you take out some time and attend to their phone and talk pleasingly. lovingly, and then you put off the phone. Now imagine, in this example, what are you giving? You are not giving any possession of yours, not in terms of object, but you are giving your time, which is so precious. And that's why when you give from your possessions, no doubt you grow to one extent, but when you give from yourself, you grow multifold. And that is a real joy. Now I'm giving an example. See, if the beggar is there and you happen to see him and he asked you something, so you took out your wallet and from the wallet you give 10 rupees to the beggar and you just walked ahead. Now just imagine you have some feeling about what you gave. This is one level that, oh, today I helped one person, and that small giving definitely gives a joy. But now, another level. You are walking on the footpath and saw that on the other side of the road there is a blind person waiting to cross the road, and there are lot of vehicles going here and there, and the blind person is not able to cross the road. The moment you saw it, you rushed towards the blind person. You gave a nice right, so called as a gesture of asking, may I help you? And when he said, yes, let me cross this road, and can you please help me in crossing the road? You just take him, holding his hand slowly from one corner of the road to the another corner of the road. The moment you reach there, leave his hand very genuinely. He says to you, thank you, oh my brother. Now you gave your time, you have thought of him and his difficulty, and you have helped not with any possession but from within. So that joy is something very, very different and a greater level. Think about it. Now, let me give some beautiful examples to make this point more appealing to everyone. See, mother is a very important aspect of everyone's life. Now, what is so important in the relation of mother? Also, father, but more mother, and that's a fact. Giving, you grow. 9 months. That mother has kept this small fetus in her womb and gave everything of hers to that fetus. Slowly, 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 that fetus started growing and it has taken a shape. In between, so much of difficulties the mother actually faced, but smilingly she gave all that which is best to the baby inside. Now just imagine, after 9 months, the mother gave all of us the birth. My God, she has given this from herself and not from any position. So she is revered, she's adored in the whole world as not a simple person or a relation, but equal to the God. In the Hindu scriptures, in the Vedic philosophy, in the Vedas, in the Upanishad, it is mentioned Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. Now just see, this mother gave to every one of us her own things, her own self she gave. Father also, so much he gave to the son or the daughter. And now, see the Guru, he is giving his best. And what is best in him? His best, first, a compassion, which is required for every student to grow and be comfortable. Second, a great patience to listen to the queries of the student. My God, the best. Now, the third, that's called as a complete shelter, where a student can feel absolutely at ease. And the fourth most important aspect, that the knowledge and the love. Knowledge and the love. Therefore, by gaining that knowledge, as the Guru attained the highest joy, the student is also understanding, practicing, and attaining the highest joy. And therefore, in Vedic culture, Guru is revered as a highest. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hope you will think about it, and slowly, if you understand this principle, you will start appreciating it, and slowly, you will start giving, no doubt from your position, but mostly from yourself. And then you enjoy. And then you enjoy more and more, and you start giving more and more, and you reach to that highest experience of living in joy, living in joy, giving in joy, living in joy, giving in joy too. One more example, which is very dear to my heart. See, when I read this first time, the person's name is Baba Amte from Maharashtra. He was, what I read from that, I am just narrating it to every one of us. He was staying in Mumbai and he was a judge. Everything was fantastic. The family was good. Wife is very obedient and a happy family. One day, he was coming to home from the court. It was late afternoon and his car took a turn from one of the mode, he saw there someone who is lying in a very bad condition. So he told to his driver, "My dear, stop." He took the car to one side of the road and stopped. Mr. Amte, Baba Amte, got down and went near to the man lying at the corner of the road. He just went close to him and asked, "Oh dear, why are you lying here? What is your difficulty?" This person opened his eyes, and when he opened his eyes, looking at someone, that is Baba Amte, who is talking to me and asking something, why I am here. This person slowly gathered the strength and could barely sit and told to Baba Sahib Amte, "Thank you for giving me a time and asking me, because my own relatives, my own near and dear left me, thrown out of my own house just because I am suffering with leprosy." Leprosy is a disease which, because of some microorganism, you have wounds in your body and it starts growing, and it oozes so much and starts stinking. Baba Sahib Amte was taken aback. He says, "Can you please give me 1 hour? I'll be back with some solution." Baba Sahib Amte went back rushing to his home. The wife was waiting to serve the food. He said, "My dear honey, today I want to ask you something. Will you give me?" The wife was so loving and obedient. She asked, "If you have this question in your mind, that means something is lacking in me and my love." Baba Sahib Amte said, "No. She said, "Then why did you have this question? You ask and see." He said, "I want to resign from my job and want to serve the leprosy patients." Next moment, a great lady who is a wife, or rather a wife of Baba Sahib Amte, immediately said, "Go ahead, I'm there with you." Baba Sahib did not take meals. She told to her, "Wait, I'll come back by giving the message to someone who is waiting for me." Baba Sahib Amte returned back and told him that, "Yes, I'm there with you and we will form a different world. We will create a different world." And slowly, Baba Sahib took the charge of this different world. He resigned from his job, went to one corner of Maharashtra near the forest, actually in the forest, took little land with what he had earned and saved, and started a small ashram for leprosy patients. His wife was there with him. His children were also a part of the same mission. And slowly, that great organization, whose name was Ananda Ashram, grew to great extent. And after years, this world recognized and gave a Baba Sahib Amte a Magsaysay Award. I hope I pronounced the award's name correctly. But what point is, he gave himself to the whole leprosy patient. And today, if you find out, now it's a very big organization, Anand Ashram, and both his sons are doctors. The daughter-in-laws are also doctors, and they are continuing to serve the leprosy patient till today. Not as a compulsion, but they are giving in joy because they have grown and have an abundance joy within. Thank you. Hope you have got my point. If not, please think and reflect over it. You will understand, and I am sure you will start giving not only from your position but from yourself. One classic example, which is also dear to me, is Lord Krishna. See what Lord Krishna gave to Arjuna. He gave himself to Arjuna. How? A Lord of the universe, who is a controller of the universe. My God, he is serving Arjuna. He is a charioteer for Arjuna. After the war timings, he has to take care of the horses. He has to see that the whole chariot remains very good condition. He has to oil the wheels and what not. Just imagine. What a beauty. He gave not from his position. He gave himself. And when Arjuna again asked, Bhagwan, I am deluded. My mind and my intellect stopped working. I have gone off track. Oh Bhagwan, please help me. Again Bhagwan gave not from his position, but he gave the right knowledge. And that right knowledge changed the whole mindset of Arjuna. And he was back to the war. And he did fight it. And he did his best. Hope this many examples are enough to understand all of us that yes, this principle, what? Giving you grow, is really effective. Another very connected principle is, if you have to grow, if you have to gain, you have to lose something. In Hindi it is said, कुछ पाने के लिए, कुछ खोना बहुत जरूरी होता है. If you have to gain something, you have to lose something. Oh, now just imagine. This principle is also equally important as we have just seen, giving you grow. Now, the first point. If you want to gain something, you have to lose something. That means if you want to be a joyful, then ask the question, why am I not joyful? So, there is always a scientific thing to be known, which is called as cause and effect, which is called as cause and effect. If someone is experiencing a sorrow, sorrow is an effect. So, what is the cause? What is the cause? In the same way, one has to understand if someone is joyful, what is the cause? Let us take up this principle with right examples. Now, one example which is very pertaining or very connected to today's situation. We all are in lockdown condition from not days together but months together now. Now just see, the whole country is losing so much of its so-called as stability, financial stability. But we are ready to lose it to gain what? To gain the right health and the right harmony in the whole country. That means we all unanimously wanting that everyone's life is more precious than just money. And therefore, we are ready to lose money, but we are ready to keep and maintain our health and right state of life. Think. Yes or no? You will say yes. So, to gain something, you have to lose something. Another example now. See, there are people, those who want to study and grow in life. And what happens then? Then nowadays there is a competition that it is not enough just you are done with a graduation and you will get a good job. No doubt you will get a job somewhere, but to look for the best job and for the best status in life, people are nowadays traveling to different countries for doing their post graduation, also the masters, or which is called as MS, in different fields. Now just imagine, there they go, taking so much of loan, go there, live in difficulty, serve there in restaurant or in saloon, prepare their own food, wash their own clothes, and so much and so forth. Why is it so? To gain something, today they have to lose something. How much, how much, how much they have to lose? They are away from their family. They have taken a loan. There is a lot of sort of insecurity. But taking all risk to grow in life, you have to understand you have to lose so many things. Now just see how important is this principle, that when you want to gain something, you have to lose something. Now this is a very gross example I gave. Now another subtle example. See, people say, I am disturbed and my mind is not at rest. Then I ask the question, see, if your mind is not at rest and if your mind is disturbed, have you ever thought that why is it so? Cause and effect. Dear friends, understand. Mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. Mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. That means when you say your mind is disturbed, there is some thought disturbance. There is some thought which is disturbing you and you are holding on it. Now, Just one simple experiment. A very small diya. See, small diya, a lamp. Now, what can be the weight of this lamp? Hardly 50 grams plus. Now, when I start holding on this lamp in my hand, for first some time it's fine, but as I keep holding on to it, the pressure starts increasing. Now, after an hour, my hands starts shaking. After 2 hours, my hands starts paining. And believe after some hours, whether it is required or not, or whether I can hold on or not, I have to leave it because my capacity of holding on is completely drained. My energy is drained, and no more I can hold on to it. Therefore, my dear friends, see in this example a beautiful point. What is that? The weight is constant. The weight of the lamp is not increasing. But what is happening? Holding on to it, my energy, because I'm holding on to it continuously, is getting drained, drained, and drained, and that object is not becoming strong. I am becoming weak, weak, and weak. Therefore, this principle one has to understand. If some thought is really disturbing to you, it is a wise thing to let it go. So, therefore, as I said, to gain something called as the peace of the mind, what is required? Just give it up. All those thoughts which are disturbing. This is again an art. This no one can give to you, but you can develop this slowly, slowly by understanding that the futility of holding on to the wrong thoughts, which can give a disturbance or which can cause a great instability in our mind. Hope you understand and you appreciate that this principle, that if you want to gain something, you have to lose something. Last but not the least, the example. If you have to have the better status in life and better understanding in life, then we have to lose our bad company. That's most important, because जैसा संग वैसा रंग. As your company, slowly, slowly, you become that. Therefore, mind well that the company with all of us, maybe our dear friends or whosoever near and dear in our own world, if they are causing too much of disturbance, you should able to develop a healthy neglect. You should develop a healthy neglect, not becoming negative about it, but slowly removing them from your mind and, if possible, from your circle too. So today we have seen 4 gaining a joy which is not a relative one, a joy which makes us or which makes our life joyful, not for a short time, but we start living in joy and not for joy. The principles, what we have seen, the first principle is giving you grow. Giving you grow. What levels? There are 2 levels. One, when we give from our possessions, definitely we grow to some extent. But when we give from our own self, we grow in great multifold ways and reach that origin, that source of joy where you start living in joy. Another connected principle, if you are to gain something, you have to lose something. How? As a small thing, an experiment we have seen, I was holding on to the lamp for some time, some hour, then could understood, yes, I have to leave it because why I have a pain and disturbance just because I'm holding on to this object. The moment I leave it, the body and mind has its own capacity to regenerate itself. Like Ganga Ji is nowadays flowing beautifully, sparkling water, no dirt. Why? Because under this lockdown condition, people are not going close to Gangaji and not throwing the garbage, the dirt. And that's how, on its own, Gangaji is slowly becoming purer and purer. In the same way, we also can grow in joy and in turn start giving joy. Thank you for being with us for today's session. Live in joy and not for joy.
ॐ नमो नारायणाय